रूपेण आयोजयन्ति। अस्मिन् सप्ताहपर्यन्तम् आयोजिते महोत्सवे केन्द्रीय संस्कृत विद्यालयस्य संसाधन व्यक्तिभिः द्विशतमितः पूज्य संस्कृत शिक्षकाः संस्कृतभाषया प्रशिक्षिताः भविष्यन्ति। अस्मिन्
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we now present a Bharatanatyam performance by Pratibha Sangam award winner Mr. M. Udala Image Silva, symbolizing the grace, devotion and rhythm that form the essence of Indian performing arts. That was indeed a captivating performance, a beautiful reminder of how art continues to unite cultures through expression and emotion. Ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to take this opportunity to convey that the Honorable Prime Minister of Sri Lanka, Dr. Harini Amarasuriya, has graciously extended her best wishes for the grand success of this Mahotsav. I now would like to kindly invite His Excellency Shri Santosh Jha, the Consul of India to Sri Lanka, to address the gathering.
Most Venerable Mahasangh, His Excellency Dr. Madhura Seniviratne, Honorable Deputy Minister of Education and Higher Education, Professor Indika Karunatilake, Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo, Director of the Pirivena Education Division, Ministry of Education, Sanskrit scholars, academia, and students of Sri Lanka, resource persons from the Central Sanskrit University, New Delhi, ladies and gentlemen. Bhashashu Mukhya Madhura Divya Givarna Bharati Tasyamahi Kavyam Madhuram Tasmadipat Subhashtam. This shloka says, among all languages, the divine language of Sanskrit is the sweetest. Within it, poetry is sweet, but Subhasita, beautiful sayings or verses, are even sweeter. Having read this beautiful shlok, I'm reminded, and I was mentioning to the minister just now, that in my part of India, in Bihar, when you are between 3 to 5 years, we are taught Sanskrit shlokas. And one of the first was written by a great scholar from Mithila, Ayachi Mishra, which is something that I just read it out to him, which basically means that even if I cannot speak well and I'm not yet blessed by Saraswati, I'm still trying to describe the world to you, and you do that as a 4 or 5 year old toddler. So this is, Sanskrit is very rooted in Indian culture and heritage, and we are very happy, and gives us a great joy and pride to share that for the first time in Sri Lanka, a week-long Sanskrit Mahotsav is being organized by the High Commission of India and the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center in collaboration with Ministry of Education's Pirivena Division, the Central Sanskrit University, New Delhi, and the India-Sri Lanka Foundation. This historic celebration marks not only the enduring legacy of Sanskrit as a sacred and scholarly language, but also the shared cultural and spiritual heritage that continues to unite India and Sri Lanka. The Sanskrit Mahotsav is a tribute to a language that has illuminated minds, inspired generations, civilizations, and continues to resonate in our collective consciousness. I'd also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all the universities that have come forward to celebrate the Bharat Sri Lanka Sanskrit Mahotsav. The University of Kerala, Sri Jayawardhanapura, Peradeniya, Jaffna, Eastern University, University of Colombo, Gampaha Vikramaraji University, Buddhist and Pali University, and the Bhikshu University, Anuradhapura. Your enthusiastic participation truly reflects the collective commitment to preserving and promoting Sanskrit as a shared heritage between our two nations. Although Sanskrit was never a vernacular language in Sri Lanka, Its influence has been profound across religion, philosophy, and literature. In both Buddhism and Hindu traditions, Sanskrit became the language of monastic education, royal inscriptions, and courtly poetry, especially from the Anuradhapura to the Kute periods. It served as a civilizational bridge connecting India and Sri Lanka, shaping Buddhist scholasticism, temple rituals, and artistic expression. This linguistic heritage fostered an intellectual exchange that continues to enrich the island's spiritual and cultural identity. Sanskrit profoundly shaped Sinhala vocabulary, syntax, and literary aesthetics. In fact, Sinhala sounds more like Sanskrit than Hindi itself. Classical Sinhala poetry and prose borrowed Sanskrit poetic meters, rhetorical techniques, and philosophical vocabulary, blending local Buddhist thought with Indic literary elegance. Works such as Kavi Kav Silu Nina, Sadha Maran, Sadhar Maran Tanavilia, and Amavadura reflect the synthesis where Sinhala authors internalized Sanskrit poetics to create a uniquely Sri Lankan literary voice. Even royal chronicles and inscriptions reveal Sanskritic stylistic influences, underscoring how deeply Sanskrit ideals were woven into the island's linguistic and artistic traditions. The Sri Lankan Tamil literary and grammatical tradition reflects strong Sanskrit influence. Also, and Sakuntala Veniba by S. Nateshwan highlight how Sanskrit literary forms enriched Tamil creativity. Scholars also produced Sanskrit Tamil dictionaries and commentaries, strengthening interlinguistic scholarship. Sanskrit is a compulsory subject in Sri Lanka's Pirivena education system, with above 800 Pirivenas, employing about 7,000 teachers and educating nearly 65,000 students. Sanskrit plays a foundational role in the intellectual training of young ones. The Pirivena curriculum is structured into primary, secondary, and Prachin levels, with the highest qualification conferring the title of Rajkiya Pandit, equivalent to a BA Honours in Sanskrit, Snatak in Sanskrit. Sanskrit is also taught across several leading Sri Lankan universities. These institutions offer undergraduate honours and postgraduate degrees. By organizing spoken Sanskrit workshop, where we will train 250 venerable monks from all 9 provinces in the next 5 days, will help them to create the fluency of Sanskrit, and thousands of student monks will be benefited with this initiative. Sanskrit functioned as a vital link connecting India and Sri Lanka through shared religious, philosophical, and artistic traditions. It influenced both Hindu and Buddhist practices, shaping temple rituals, royal pilgrimage, and education systems. As we conclude, let us remember that Sanskrit is not merely a language of the past, but a timeless voice of wisdom that continues to guide our present and inspire our future. I extend my heartfelt best wishes for the grand success of the Bharat Sri Lanka Sanskrit Mahotsav. May this celebration strengthen the bonds of friendship between our two nations, enrich our shared cultural heritage, and inspire many more to engage with the eternal beauty of Sanskrit, the language that unites knowledge, spirituality, and humanity. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Parshantu, Ma Kaschit Dubha Bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. We kindly request you to remain on stage for the prize-giving ceremony of the Pratibha Sangam competition winners. May I also invite Honorable Dr. Madhura Seniviratna, Deputy Minister of Education and Higher Education of Sri Lanka, to kindly join His Excellency on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to a moment of celebration, the prize-giving ceremony of the Pratibha Sangam competition. The Indian Council for Cultural Relations, ICCR, the cultural arm of the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, has been at the forefront of promoting India's rich cultural heritage across the world through its cultural centers. In recognition of the deep and enduring association of foreign citizens with India and its culture, ICCR launched the Pratibha Sangam competition in the year 2022. This global initiative provides a platform for international performers to showcase their talent in classical Indian music and dance. Now in its third edition, Pratibha Sangam 2024 has drawn remarkable participation from Sri Lanka, reflecting the country's growing passion and excellence in Indian performing arts. Today, we take pride in recognizing and felicitating the Sri Lankan winners of this global competition for their outstanding achievements. 500. The second place is awarded to Mr. Chatrulal Amarakon, receiving USD 350. And the third place goes to Ms. Puri Nimeshika, receiving USD 250. In Bharatanatyam dance, the third place is awarded to Mr. M. Udala Yamesh Silva, receiving USD 250. In the Hindustani vocal music category, second place goes to Ms. S. Hamilage Charya Pabodhini Mapa with a prize of US dollars 350. And the third place to Mr. Hevage Rashmita Abhisheka Vijayaratna, receiving USD 250. Mr. Abhishek Vijay, yes. And in the Carnatic music category, third place has been awarded to Ms. Aditya Arunagirinathan with a price of US dollar 250, and she could not be present today due to unavoidable reasons. Congratulations to all the talented winners, and thank you, sir. And I now kindly invite His Excellency Shri Santosh Jha to present a memento to Honorable Dr. Madhura Seniviratna, Deputy Minister of Education and Higher Education, in appreciation of his gracious presence this afternoon. Thank you, sirs. We are honored to invite Honorable Dr. Madhura Seniviratna, Deputy Minister of Education and Higher Education of Sri Lanka, to share his remarks.
Good evening, Most Venerable Mahasangha, Your Excellency, the Sri Santosh Jha, High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka and Deputy High Commissioner and the Director of Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center and all the scholars, students and ladies and gentlemen. So it is an honor and a pleasure to be among you this afternoon at the Sanskrit Mahotsav. So that itself Sanskrit, I think. So a celebration of one of the most ancient and profound languages in the world, Sanskrit. This festival is not merely a cultural gathering, it's a bridge between our shared histories, our scholarly pursuit, and our enduring Sanskrit, though ancient, continues to illuminate the modern world with its timeless wisdom and intellectual depth. It has been the root of many languages, philosophies and traditions that continues to inspire even in today. As we gather at the University of Colombo, I like to emphasize education is not just about acquiring knowledge, it's also about preserving souls of civilizations as well. Events like this give our young scholars an opportunity to appreciate the beauty of language, the Sanskrit, the culture and spirituality as well. Sri Lanka and India share a bond that transcends geographically, with shared spirituality, linguistic scripts, and cultural threads woven over thousands of years, especially based on language like Sanskrit. Sanskrit language forms an ancient integral part of this shared heritage. Found in ancient chronicles, as His Excellency the Commissioner said, ancient chronicles in Sri Lanka have foundations of many of our own languages and traditions. I will take two examples. Thousands of years ago, especially when considering the Peruvian tradition and Buddhist scholars, Mahavihara and Abhayagiri, there are thousands of scholars are there. The historian says clearly the Sanskrit were taught there, and especially the southern part of the Asia and the Eurasian